This is Exodus 24 through 27. Then he said to Moses, "Come up to the Lord, you and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship from afar. Moses alone shall come near to the Lord, but the others shall not come near, and the people shall not come up with him." Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the rules. And all the people answered with one voice and said, "All the words that the Lord has spoken we will do." And Moses wrote down all the words of the Lord. He rose early in the morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men of the people of Israel, who offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen to the Lord. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood he threw against the altar. Then he took the book of the covenant and read it in the hearing of the people. And they said, "All that the Lord has spoken we will do, and we will be obedient." And Moses took the blood and threw it on the people and said, "Behold the blood of the covenant that the Lord has made with you, in accordance with all these words." Then Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel went up, and they saw the God of Israel. There was under the feet as it were a pavement of sapphire stone, like a very heaven for clearness. And he did not lay his hand on the chief men of the people of Israel. They beheld God and ate and drank. The Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and wait there, that I may give you the tablets of stone with the law and the commandment which I have written for their instruction." So Moses rose with his assistant Joshua. Moses went up to the mountain of God, and he said to the elders, "Wait here for us until we return to you. And behold, Aaron and Hur are with you. Whoever has a dispute, let him go to them." Then Moses went up to the mountain, and the cloud covered the mountain. The glory of the Lord dwelt on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. And on the seventh day he called to Moses out in the midst of a cloud. Now the appearance of the glory of the Lord was like a devouring fire on the top of the mountain in the sight of the people of Israel. Moses entered the cloud and went up to the mountain, and Moses was on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. 25. The people said to Moses, "Speak to the people of Israel, that they take for me a contribution from every man whose heart moves him. You shall receive the contribution from me, and this is the contribution that you shall receive from them: gold, silver, and bronze, blue and purple and scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen, goat hair, tanned ram skins, goat skins, acacia wood, oil for lamps, spices for the anointing oil, and for the fragrance incense, onyx stones and stones for setting, for the ephod and the breastpiece. And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell in their midst, exactly as I show you concerning the pattern of the tabernacle and of all its furniture. So you shall make it. They shall make an ark of acacia wood, 2 cubits and half shall be its length, 1 cubit and half breadth, and 1 cubit and half its height. You shall overlay it with pure gold, inside and outside shall you overlay it. You shall make it in a molding of gold around it. You shall cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them on the 4 rings, on the 4 feet, 2 rings on one side of it, and 2 rings on the other side of it. You shall make poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. And you shall put the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark, to carry the ark by them. The poles shall remain in the rings of the ark, they shall not be taken from it. And you shall not put in the ark of the testimony that I shall give you. You shall make a mercy seat of pure gold, 2 cubits and a half shall be its length, and 1 cubit and a half in breadth. And you shall make 2 cherubim of gold. Of hammered work shall you make them. On the 2 ends of the mercy seat, make 1 cherub at one end, and 1 cherub on the other end. Of one piece with the mercy seat shall you make the cherubim on the 2 ends. The cherubim shall spread out their wings above, overshadowing the mercy seat with their wings. Their faces one to another toward their wings. Their faces to one another toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubim with, and you shall put the mercy seat on the top of the ark, and in the ark you shall put it to the testimony that I shall give you. There I will meet with you, and from above the mercy seat, from between the two cherubim that are on the ark of the testimony, I will speak with you about all that I will give you in commandment for the people in Israel. You shall make a table of acacia wood. 2 cubits shall be its length, a cubit its breadth, and a cubit and a half in height. You shall overlay with pure gold, and make a molding of gold around it. You shall make a rim around it a handbreadth wide, and a molding of gold around the rim. You shall make for it 4 rings of gold, and fasten the rings to the 4 corners of its 4 legs. Close to the frame the rings shall lie, as holders for the poles to carry the tables. You shall make the poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold, and the table she carried shall be carried with these. And you shall make its plates and dishes for incense, and its flagpoles and bowls, which to pour drink offerings. You shall make them of pure gold. And you shall set the bread of the presence on the table before me regularly. You shall make a lampstand of pure gold. The lampstand shall be made of hammered work, its base a stem, its stems, its cups, its calyxes, and its flowers shall be of one piece with it. And there shall be 6 branches out of the sides, these branches of the lampstand out of one side of it, and 3 branches of the lampstand out of the other side of it. 3 cups made like almond blossoms, each with calyx and flower in one branch, and 3 cups made with almond blossoms, each with calyx and flower on the other branch. So for the 6 branches going out of the lampstand, and on the lampstand itself there shall be 4 cups made like almond blossoms, with their calyxes and flowers, and a calyx of one piece with it under each pair of the 6 branches going out from the lampstand. Their calyxes and their branches shall be of one piece with it, the whole of it a single piece of hammered work of pure gold. You shall make 7 lampstands for it, and the lamps shall be set up as to give light to the space in front of it. Its tongs and the trays shall be made of pure gold. It shall be made with all these utensils out of talent of pure gold. And see what you make with them after the pattern for them, which is being shown you on the mountain. 26. Moreover, you shall make the tabernacle and 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet yarns. You shall make them with cherubim skillfully worked into them. The length of each curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of each curtain 4 cubits. All the curtains should be in the same size. 5 curtains should be coupled to one another, and the other 5 curtains shall be coupled to one another. You shall make loops of blue on the edge of the outermost curtain in the first set. Likewise, you shall make loops on the edge of the outmost curtain in the second set. 50 loops you shall make on the one curtain, and 50 loops you shall make on the edge of the curtain that is of the second set. The loops shall be opposite one another, and you shall make 50 clasps of gold, and couple the curtains one to the other with the clasps, so that the tabernacle may be a single whole. You shall also make curtains of goat hair for a tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains shall you make. The length of each curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth of each curtain 4 cubits. The 11 curtains shall be the same size. You shall couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves. And the sixth curtain you shall double over the front of the tent. You shall make 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is on the outermost in one set, and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is in the outermost in the second set. You shall make 50 clasps of bronze, and put the clasp in the loops, and couple the tents together, that it may be a single whole. And the part that remains of the curtains in the tent, the half curtains that remain, shall hang over the back of the tabernacle. And the extra that remains on the length of curtains, the cubit on the one side, the cubit on the other side, shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle, on this side and on that side, to cover it. And you shall make for a tent a covering of tanned ram skins, and a covering of goat skins on top. You shall make upright frames for the tabernacle of acacia wood. 10 cubits shall be the length of the frame, and a cubit and a half the breadth of each frame. There shall be 2 tenons of each frame for fitting together. So shall you do for all the frames of the tabernacle. You shall make the frames for the tabernacle 20 frames to the south side, and 40 bases of silver you shall make under the 20 frames, 2 bases under one frame for its 2 tenons, and 2 bases under the next frame for its 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle, on the north side, 20 frames, and on the 40 bases of silver, 2 bases under the frame, and 2 bases under the next frame. For the rear of the tabernacle, westward, you shall make 6 frames, and you shall make 2 frames for corners in the tabernacle in the rear. They shall be separate beneath, but joined at the top, in the first ring. Thus shall it be with both of them. They shall form the 2 corners, and there shall be 8 frames with their bases of silver, 16 bases, 2 bases under one frame, and 2 bases under another frame. You shall make bars of acacia wood, 5 for the frames of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the frames of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the frames of the side of the tabernacle on the rear westward. The middle bar halfway up the frames shall run from end to end. You shall overlay the frames with gold, and shall make the rings of gold the holders of the bars. You shall overlay the bars with gold. Then you shall erect the tabernacle according to the plan for it that you were shown on the mountain. You shall make a veil of blue and purple and scarlet yarns and fine twine linen. It shall be made with cherubim skillfully worked into it. You shall hang it on the 4 pillars of acacia overlaid with gold, and hooks of gold on 4 bases of silver. And you shall hang the veil from the clasp, and bring the ark of the testimony in there within the veil. And the veil shall separate, for they will shall separate you, the holy place, from the most holy. You shall put the mercy seat on the ark of the testimony in the most holy place, and you shall set the table side of the tabernacle opposite the table. You shall put the table on the north side. You shall make a screen for the entrance of the tent of blue and purple and scarlet yarns and fine twine lines, embroidered with needlework. You shall make for this screen 5 pillars of acacia, overlay them with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold. You shall cast 5 bases of bronze on them. 27. You shall make the altar of acacia wood 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad. The altar shall be square, and its height shall be 3 cubits. And you shall make horns for it on its 4 corners. Its horns shall be one piece with it. You shall overlay it with bronze. You shall make pots for it to receive its ashes, and shovels and basins and forks and fire pans. You shall make all its utensils of bronze. You shall also make it for grating, a network of bronze, and the net you shall make 4 bronze rings at its 4 corners. You shall set it under the ledge of the altar, so that the neck extends halfway down the altar, so that you shall make plots for the altar, poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with bronze. The poles shall be put through the rings, so that the poles on the 2 sides of the altar when it is carried. You shall make it hollow with boards, as it has been shown you on the mountain, so shall it be made. You shall make the court of the tabernacle. On the south side of the court shall have hangings of fine twine linen, 100 cubits long for one side. If 20 pillars and the 20 bases shall be full of bronze, but their hooks and the pillars and the fillets shall be of silver, and likewise for its length on the north side there shall be hangings of 100 cubits long, its pillars 20 and its bases 20 of bronze, but the hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. And for the breadth of the court of the west side shall be hanging for 50 cubits, with 10 pillars and 10 bases. The breadth of the court on the front on the east shall be 50 cubits. The hangings of the one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits. The 3 pillars and 3 bases on the other side of the hanging shall be 15 cubits. With their 3 pillars and 3 bases for the gate of the court, there shall be a screen 20 cubits long, and blue, and purple, and scarlet yarns, and fine twin linen. Embroidered with needlework, it shall have 4 pillars, and with them 4 bases. All the pillars around the court shall be filleted with silver. Their hooks shall be of silver, and their bases of bronze. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, the breadth 50, and the height 5 cubits, with hanging of fine twin linen and bases of bronze. All the utensils of the tabernacle for every use, and all its pegs and all the pegs of the court, shall be of bronze. You shall command the people of Israel that they bring to you pure bean olive oil for the light, that a lamp may regularly set up to burn in the tent of meeting, outside the veil that is before the testimony. Aaron and his sons shall tend it from evening to morning before the Lord. It shall be a statute forever to be observed throughout the generations of the people of Israel.